What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, put that on all so you get notified of all the latest content as soon as it drops on the channel. Let's get into this one. A few days ago, over the weekend, Saturday, there was a fair bit of boxing going on. And the one we're bringing attention to right now is Daniel Dubois, Triple D, versus Trevor Bryan. So this was an opportunity for Daniel Dubois to win a version of a world title, kind of a quote-unquote baby belt. So not the full version of the WBA, but this is like what they call the WBA regular belt for whatever it's worth. The real version is with Alexander Usyk at the moment, of course, unified champion. So this was one where Daniel Dubois, fortunately for him, he returned to winning ways. The fight started off with Dubois sort of bouncing on his toes, using a very good jab, which I always sort of try and take note of that stuff. Jab was pretty good. It was popping a jab, standing off of Trevor Bryan a little bit. It was, I can tell with McGuigan there, trying to make him a little bit lighter on his feet so he's not plodding after guys or whatever. He's sort of nice and light, trying to line. And he was a bit right hand happy in this fight. He was, a lot of the time he was trying to land that right hand. And I would say as long as this fight lasted, Bryan was doing quite a good job of evading that right hand. He was seeing that right hand coming, lots of shoulder rolling and sort of moving away from Dubois, and he was very defensive, but he was very, Bryan fought a very negative fight whereby he hardly really threw a shot. You know, it was just all about trying to stay out of Daniel Dubois' way. He didn't really, I mean, apart from the first round where he did come forward a little bit, you know, for the most of it, which he only lasted into the fourth round, Bryan was just sort of standing off, trying to survive. It didn't really look like he had come there to win. It looked like he'd just come there to sort of get his little paycheck and that's it. He didn't come with any real ambition in terms of his performance, so that wasn't very impressive. But Dubois, to his credit, he just took the fight by the scruff of the neck, attacked Bryan. I would say I've noticed with Dubois, he's kind of being careful now in the way he fights. He was picking his shots quite carefully, and he wasn't just rushing in after Trevor Bryan. He was kind of being measured. You could tell that he knew he had control of Trevor Bryan, that there was nothing to really worry about because there was nothing coming back, and he just kept sort of dominating behind that jab. Missed a lot with that right hand, but when he landed, you could tell that the few that he did land, Trevor Bryan certainly felt it. Dubois got his breakthrough in the third round, really hurt Trevor Bryan, and Bryan was a bit wobbly, goes towards the rope, and you know, Dubois gets a few more combos into the head, and he did do a good, he was quite good to the body as well in this fight. Not much of it, but you can tell when he did, I think it was a little right hook to the body, you could tell Trevor Bryan really felt it. So you go past that, Bryan's hurt towards the end of the third, Dubois sort of smells blood, and then the fourth round begins where the whole thing ends. Dubois goes after him again, chases him down. Bryan's trying to move himself and move his neck and really trying to get away from Dubois, not offering any resistance at all. And then he's braced all the time for that right hand, and Dubois switched it up. Bang! Beautiful left hook by Daniel Dubois, and it just laid him out. Bryan just goes down face first, very clean. I think it was a lead left hook, just bang, straight across, nice and tidy. Hits Bryan, Bryan goes flat on his face, and you just knew the whole fight was all over. And that's how it ended by Daniel Dubois. So again, it's a very good result for Dubois, great move in the right direction for him, because now he's got this trinket. It could lead to bigger and better fights. I don't think he's quite ready for the real world titles as yet, but I think if he carries on the way he's going, if he has a few more fights that are going to test him, a few guys that are going to give him rounds and give him something to think about, I'd say, yeah, he's definitely a young guy that is a big potential threat in the heavyweight division. He showed in his fight that he's very heavy-handed, and that's going to be, those heavy hands are going to be a problem for anybody that he steps into the ring with, maybe barring Joe Joyce. But yeah, he showed that, yeah, he's a young prospect. I think he's still a work in progress. He's still a little bit stiff and a bit upright in the way he boxes, but you can see his feet are nice and loose, and you can see they've been working on his footwork, getting in and out quite quickly. So yeah, it wasn't the most amazing performance, but you could tell he done the most important thing, which was, this is a guy that everyone thought he's going to knock out, and he knocked the guy out. He took the guy out in style. So yeah, it was a good performance by him overall. Great result, and we'll see what happens next. Let me know in the comment section perhaps who you think Dubois should fight next, and what you thought of his performance overall. And until next time, it's MKO Pugilism, over and out.